Alex had always loved exploring the dense forests near his home, but nothing could have prepared him for what he stumbled upon that day. Through a gap in the trees, he noticed something massive, gleaming faintly under the cover of moss and vines. As he got closer, his heart pounded, an old, forgotten space shuttle seemingly abandoned in the middle of nowhere. Curiosity overpowered his fear, and he cautiously made his way inside. But what he discovered within its silent, darkened halls left him shaken to the core. But before we start, smash the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any new stories. The exterior was weathered, showing signs of years exposed to the elements. He tried to remember any recent news about lost shuttles, but nothing came to mind. Despite the years of neglect, Alex couldn't help but notice the shuttle's distinctive markings. The faded logo of a once prominent space agency was still visible. This agency had long been dissolved, its missions a thing of history. What could have caused this advanced piece of technology to end up forgotten here? As Alex approached the hatch on the side of the shuttle, he noticed it was slightly ajar. He hesitated for a moment, uncertainty gnawing at him. "All right, here goes nothing," he whispered, pushing the hatch open just a bit more. With cautious movements, Alex pushed the hatch open further and peered inside. A wave of eerie silence enveloped him, making him shiver. The interior was dark, the faint light of the setting sun barely penetrating the cabin. "Let's find out what's here," he said. Alex retrieved his flashlight from his backpack, gripping it tightly. He took a deep breath and stepped inside the shuttle. The air was stagnant and stale, filled with the scent of old machinery. The interior was cluttered with old equipment and debris. Alex had to carefully navigate through the haphazard mess. He could see paper sheets strewn across the floor, with some stuck between the seats. The place looked untouched for years. In the cockpit, Alex found a series of maps and notes scattered around. Most were dated decades ago. Another note caught his eye, frayed and yellowed with time. He began to realize the significance of these documents. Each one hinted at different stages of their journey, piecing together a story of desperation and urgency. Every document seemed to signify a hurried and unplanned landing. The notes contained makeshift plans and recalculations of their route, all done in haste. They didn't intend to land here, Alex concluded, sifting through the papers. As he ventured deeper into the shuttle, the air became musty and the corridors grew narrower. He stumbled upon what appeared to be the crew's living area. Determined to uncover more, Alex began to shift through the crew's personal belongings. He found scattered clothing, old food wrappers, and even a few children's toys, which really caught his attention. He found photographs and letters, painting a vivid picture of the lives once lived aboard the shuttle. The images and words filled him with a sense of melancholy and lingering mystery. Each photograph, letter, and item seemed to whisper tales of joy and sorrow. Near the sleeping quarters, Alex discovered a hidden compartment with a tightly bound door, piquing his curiosity even more. The door was well concealed, almost blending in with the wall. "What's in here?" he whispered to himself, his pulse quickening. He ran his fingers along its edges, feeling for any way to open it. This hidden space seemed to hold the secrets he was desperately trying to uncover. Alex tried to pry open the compartment door, but it was sealed tight. He used his fingers and tried pushing with his shoulder. With considerable effort, he forced the compartment open. Alex's flashlight beam revealed old flight manuals and communication logs stacked neatly. "Jackpot," he whispered, feeling a surge of excitement. Inside, he finds several old flight manuals and communication logs. Alex couldn't believe his luck. These documents seemed to hold the key to the mystery of why the shuttle ended up here. He carefully opened one of the manuals, its pages yellowed with age but intact. The logs indicate a sudden event that caused the crew to divert their course. Alex read through the entries, noting timestamps and coordinates. Although the details are vague, they hint at a catastrophic occurrence. Alex's eyes widened as he came across words like imminent danger and critical failure. These were not terms used lightly. Alex pondered the meaning of these logs while continuing his search. He sat down momentarily, trying to piece together the snippets of information he had gathered. His mind raced with possibilities, each more frightening than the last. What could have pushed them to land here? He asked himself. He squeezed through tight passages and ducked under low beams. There, hidden behind a panel, he uncovers a separate logbook. The panel was partially loose, just enough for Alex to pry it open with his hands. Nestled inside was a thick, weathered book, its cover looking official and important. The logbook appeared to be the captain's diary, a detailed account of the mission's daily events. The logbook appears to be the captain's diary, documenting the mission's daily events. "Let's see what really happened," he whispered, turning the pages. Alex reads through the entries, fascinated and troubled by the unfolding narrative. The initial excitement gave way to concern as he absorbed the captain's accounts. Words like malfunctioning sensors and system anomalies appeared frequently. Alex could sense the tension escalating with each new log. Drawing on the captain's log, Alex maps out a timeline of the shuttle's journey. Okay, they left orbit here, experienced the first anomaly there, he murmured, connecting dots on his makeshift chart. He decides to search the surrounding forest, hoping to find additional signs of the shuttle's sudden landing. His eyes scan the forest floor for any anomalies. As he explores, he comes across discarded equipment and emergency supplies scattered around. Old containers, dusty and forgotten, lay half-buried under foliage. He carefully collected a few significant pieces, hoping they might provide further insights. Alex arranged the items he found, trying to see a bigger picture. Maps, notes, and now equipment. They all hinted at a sudden, unforeseen event. What were they running from? He mused aloud. The presence of solar flares seems significant, but their full impact is still unclear. The logs frequently mentioned solar activity, hinting it was more than a minor inconvenience. Maybe they were hit harder than they expected, he speculated. Alex returns to the shuttle, determined to exhaust all possibilities. His initial search had been thorough, but he knew there could be more hidden secrets waiting to be uncovered. With renewed resolve, he stepped back inside, examining every nook and cranny. There has to be more clues here. They left these behind? He wondered, picking up a sealed pack. It made no sense to abandon essential items unless they had no choice. The pristine condition of the gear suggested the crew had little time to plan their departure. This find only deepened the mystery surrounding their sudden evacuation. As Alex dug through the cargo hold, he found a journal belonging to one of the crew members. The cover was tattered and pages yellowed, but it was still legible. Flicking through, he read personal accounts filled with fear and uncertainty. The entries depicted a crew on edge, dealing with unexplained malfunctions and growing paranoia. They must have been terrified, Alex thought aloud, feeling the weight of their words. He held the journal close, sensing its significance. The crew was preparing for something they couldn't escape from, hinting at the severity of their situation. The journal entries detailed frantic efforts to repair systems and desperate plans for survival. "Prepare for the worst," one entry warned, underlined multiple times. Alex felt a chill run down his spine as he realized how dire things had become for them. Armed with everything he found, Alex sits with the captain's log, the crew's journal, and the data disks back at his camp. Methodically, he began to sift through the documents, cross-referencing dates and events. The night air was cool, but Alex was too engrossed to notice. He starts to connect the stories and technical anomalies found in the logs with the journal entries. The crew had faced a series of escalating issues, compounded by powerful solar activity. Alex's finger traced the timeline on his makeshift chart. He realizes he needs expert help to decode the data disks and the technical jargon. "I can't do this alone," he admitted, acknowledging his limitations. Determined to get to the bottom of this, Alex decided it was time to seek outside help. He decides to head back to civilization and contact someone who might understand the technical aspects of what he's discovered in the forest. Alex returns with a communications specialist to analyze the content of the data disks. The specialist, a seasoned expert in space mission technology, set up their equipment as Alex watched intently. They managed to retrieve the final flight recordings and sensor data. The data began to paint a clear picture of the shuttle's final moments. The specialist confirmed solar flares had caused critical system failures, resulting in an emergency landing far from the intended destination. The revelation was startling yet validating. The flares had been the domino that set off a catastrophic chain of events. This revelation explains why the crew had to abandon the shuttle so suddenly and the anomalies they faced leading to the landing. The critical system failures and sensor malfunctions made the shuttle uninhabitable. The crew had no choice but to hastily evacuate, leaving a trail of their desperation behind. Alex felt a wave of relief as he cross-referenced the flight records with the captain's and crew's journals. The implications of the readings and the severity of the solar flares present a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by space missions. The specialists shook their head, staring at the data. Space travel isn't just about the technology. It's about surviving the unknown. Alex realizes that the strange anomalies noted in the flight report were, in fact, caused by the solar flares. That's why the systems went haywire, he said, thumbing through the reports. The once mysterious phenomena now had a concrete explanation, each anomalous reading a footprint of the intense solar activity. The thought was both sobering and illuminating. "Mystery solved," he whispered, feeling both satisfaction and sorrow for the shuttle's lost crew. Grateful for the specialist's help, Alex feels relieved yet somber, knowing the truth about the crew's fate. Alex spent hours writing, piecing together every detail diligently. He aimed to honor their courage and make sure their legacy endured. The shuttle's story, once hidden, would now be shared with the world. Returning to the forest one last time, Alex pays his respects at the site where the shuttle landed. He stood quietly, reflecting on the journey and discoveries. "You won't be forgotten," he whispered, placing a small memorial near the shuttle. The forest's silence seemed less eerie now, more like a solemn guardian of the past. The site, once a mystery, was now a hallowed place of remembrance. He felt a deep connection to the crew. With the mystery solved, he walks away from the forest, leaving the eerie silence behind, and takes with him the stories of courage and loss. Each step away felt liberating, yet he knew the memories and lessons of this journey would stay with him forever. "Goodbye," he murmured. The shuttle, now a part of history, had shared its secrets. Alex took a deep breath, ready to bring those stories to light and ensure they were never forgotten.